Hello, everyone. How are we all doing?
Hi, good. You.
Good.
Hello, everyone.
Incoming PhD students that where you just say her name and everybody knows who you're talking about. You don't have to use her last name. In the software supply chain security space.
Do we have a facilitator for today? It's looking like no.
I don't think so.
Okay, cool. Um, we'll make this up as we go along then. Okay. I can start running the doc. Okay. I guess we'll facilitate then. Unless anyone else wants to do it. I'll give it a second. Anyone's welcome. Okay, I'll do it. Let's do it. Hi, everyone. Just a reminder that the meeting is being recorded and posted to LFX and YouTube shortly after. Your participation in these meetings is agreement to abide by Cloud Native Code of Conduct, which can be found in the repo. Would anyone be willing to scribe?
I
Um,
can do it. Oh,
okay,
go ahead.
thanks.
If there's someone
Um,
else who wanted to volunteer, go for it.
we can have two. We have two columns, so you can add a
I
third
can
column
take,
too. I don't
I'll
care.
take column two.
And then yeah, feel free to fill out the attendance as well and let folks know if you have any updates as well. Okay. New member intros. I don't see anyone brand new, but if anyone wants to say hi, this is your opportunity.
Yeah, I guess I'll take the first one. Hello everyone, I'm Shooting Zhao. I think I've attended this meeting for like a few times for Kyberno graduation. By the way, I'm the Kyberno maintainer and recently applied for the tech lead of this tax security and compliance and got selected. So thanks for the opportunity. Really appreciate it. And I'm really looking forward to working with everybody and contribute more to this tech and community.
Awesome. Well, welcome and also congrats. Yeah, excited to be yeah, working together. Should be great.
Thank you.
Anyone else have actually I guess we could that's probably a good segue for me to jump in and kind of moving the agenda around a little bit, but congratulate all the new tech leads. So congratulations to you and also to all the other folks. I think I have Andrew on the call and a couple folks not on the call. So yes, congratulations to everybody. And yeah, and also thank you to, I don't think that anyone's on the call, but if they watch the recording or if you see them around, thank you to all of our outgoing tech leads as well. So I'll shout that out as well. Okay. Um, anyone else want to say hi before I keep going? It's a shortish agenda, so if anyone has things, feel free to throw them in here as well. Because I found out 5 minutes ago that I was facilitating. So, um, all right. Do we have a community demo scheduled this week?
We had 3 people last week, so we did not find anyone who wanted to do a demo.
Great. We got them all in for the month last week. So, cool. Was there? Yeah, it looks like there was another time zone meeting since this one. So we'll go over that really briefly in the notes. Looks like they had a community demo on Zarf, which looks kind of fun with Guac. Which actually looks really interesting. I might go back and watch that. The MCP auth paper is has a final draft ready to review. So that's probably a good thing for us to pay attention to as well. I'll copy the link from down there up here. For anyone who's interested, or whoever's taking notes, if you don't mind copying that up there. So we don't.
I could copy it.
Thank you. And then what else? A couple of new initiatives it looks like that they went over that we'll probably also look at in our triage, but the ones around the project security guide, updating the project security guidelines and vendor neutral coding harness. I think for now we'll wait till we go through the issues. We have plenty of time for that today, so we can catch up with what happened there. And that's it. Was there anyone else at that meeting who has more that they want to add there to what happened? If not, I think this is like an issue to take a look at. Okay. TOC meeting update. I said TOC update, but it was really just that we have new tech leads, which I was gonna categorize into this on the agenda. But so that's very exciting. We have new ones, other tags do. That's all great. I think there was a TOC meeting yesterday. It was mostly, I think, looking at project health issues and other triage things. I don't think anything for this group that requires attention. Yeah, Evan.
We haven't really had time to organize this given the recent news of the TL selection, but we should probably take an agenda item to see if our 2 meeting times are the right times
That's a good
for
shout
all
out.
of our contributors.
Yeah, I mean the election just happened, so it's probably worth doing a call with all the new tech leads and
Yep.
everyone, because we can at least schedule something one-off that everyone can make it to, and then we can see what we feel about recurring. Yeah, that's would you like to take that?
Sure, why not?
Great.
I will say that the time that we have picked is miserable for Yoshi UK.
Yeah. Oh yeah, the previous time for that. I think we should just reschedule that, given it's a lot of new people.
Yeah.
Just do a new poll, see when people
Yeah.
agree, whatever. Oh yeah, I think we have a lot of time zones. I think we have Europe, Americas, and Asia. So it's
Is
I don't know.
anybody West Coast US?
Me?
So yeah, I mean, I don't know what to do about it. I think we can do something one-off and then we'll figure this out, but it's gonna be bad.
To bend the laws of space and time.
Yeah. We could all fly somewhere. Yeah.
In the summer, Seattle is lovely. In the winter, not so much.
I'm not sure we get funding for that, but that would be
Yeah.
Anyway. Oh yeah, I think there was something in the TOC meeting yesterday for any new tech leads about what it means to be a tech lead. I think there's a recording of that if anyone's curious. It's mostly redundant to stuff in GitHub, but if you prefer, visual formats, feel free to check that out. I missed the second half of the TOC call, but I think that they were finishing that presentation, so hopefully I didn't miss anything important. Cool. Next up, we have project updates. I'll first check if anyone said they had an update. Looks like no. So, I guess we'll go in order. It's supply chain. Is that one still ongoing? Well, that was wrapping, right?
Matt Young believes that he's out of unexplained lack of energy and everything else, and should be able to finish things up soon.
Okay.
Also has a new job, however, so I'm going to keep pushing him on it and figure out what we can offload from him to other people.
Yeah, we can maybe see if we can get more folks because I think
Yeah.
because that project's wrapped. It's like in the later stages. It'd be great if we could.
Yeah, we need to write up the conclusions
Yeah.
mostly.
Okay. Security assessments. I think I saw a couple new self-assessments, but I don't know if there's any other joint assessment activity. Justin?
There's not joint assessment activity. I've been talking with the KCP folks. I'm hoping that someone from the new tech leads will also have an interest in the assessment process. I don't mind doing it. I like doing it. I just can't be like relied on to be the only person doing it all the time.
Yeah.
We don't want a bus factor of one.
Yeah. I think we'll definitely make that as an agenda item when we meet with all the new tech leads to make sure that just to see what people are interested in working on and all that. So. Okay. And if, for the folks who are here now, somebody to think about as an opportunity to get involved. Okay. Security controls. Yeah, does anyone know the status of that one?
Some content has been published to the contribute site. I believe that the initial pass of that was wrapping up, and there was some discussion whether there was appetite for doing more work or not. Without Jen or Eddie here, I'm not entirely sure who would coordinate that.
Yeah. So yeah, so I guess for now we'll put that on hold. Maybe one of them will be here next week, and if not, we can make a call. Okay, great. Or we can if they're not here next week, we can post it in GitHub and see what's up. MCP auth, that was the one from above, so see that. Security Slam, I think we're approaching the time to start planning Security Slam for
Yes.
KubeCon NA.
Which Eddie has cleverly managed to avoid.
Yeah, so I think it'd be worth checking in with him to see if he's still interested in being involved in that, or if or what, and then we can go from there. Yeah, maybe we have time today, or we can do it another, or we can put this in everyone's heads to think about what our goals for a security slam for KubeCon NA would be, if we want to do something like we've done before, if we want to do something else, whatever.
Also, it's getting to be close to time to register for stuff like booths and.
Yes, actually, yeah, I saw that email. When was the deadline?
I want to say it's around the 19th of July.
Okay.
But that's me pulling from my faulty memory, not
I remember it was sometime in July, but I don't remember.
We are sometime in July.
So there we go. Yeah, maybe we have time now, so maybe it's worth having a little bit of discussion about what we want our involvement to be at KubeCon. For those who aren't aware, basically, the the default opportunities for us are some sort of talk. And in the past, we've really tried to highlight both collaboration with projects, collaboration with other tags, kind of like getting not just, us talking about ourselves, but also other people talking about what we do. We have lightning talk, which is much shorter, but it usually gets there's usually a lot of people in the lightning talk room to just like expose people to what we do. The booth, which is the most effort to organize, but it can have some really good conversations, mostly because we need people on site actually who have time to be there. And then I think those are the only ones for the project opportunities that we get access to. And then the security slam. And we have talked about asking, so graduated projects also get access to what do they call it?
The video highlight
The
update.
two things, yeah, the video highlight and also the I don't remember what they call it, like a hacker session. Hacks.
Oh, yeah.
They have a name for it.
Contrib Fest.
Contrib Fest, yes,
Sure,
thank you.
yes.
And I think that Contrib Fest could be an interesting opportunity for especially like self-assessments or something like that. If yeah. So again, we don't technically get that by default, but I think if we asked for it, it would go over well. Because it's already it's like an organized thing.
I will not be at the NA1. So if we're doing something assessment related, it wouldn't include me.
Okay. In some ways, that'd be good for your previous comment, right? If we had someone else able to do it. So, but
I mean, it may be
honestly, let me
worth,
see, but
first of all, checking and seeing who's yes, no, and maybe on
I
attending.
won't be there either this time.
I'm not going to be there either.
Okay, we'll see what we're doing.
I will be running a joint tech security and Toto at Tough booth, all wrapped up in one.
But we'll ask them to put them all next to each other so you can like booth hop.
Andrew, shooting, are either of you going to be KubeCon North America?
No, I won't be there this time.
Yeah, same, no.
Okay, a booth might be out this year then. We'll see.
Yeah.
So we get a lot of community support, but there's some folks not on this call, so we'll see. But
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if
John can
we
give all the
should
talks,
go and register for these things if we discover that like nobody's going to be there.
Yeah.
You know, or we're going to be asking John to do all of it, and John is like, "No, actually, I've got enough."
Yeah, I think the booth in particular is the one because again, like a lightning talk, you need one person. Even the talk you can do with one person. It's nice to have two.
Yeah.
But the booth, you really need like 6 people to kind of really minimum 3, but realistically
Yeah.
that to have shifts and yeah.
I mean, you
I
can
will-
do shorter times, but yeah.
I will do all of the booths if I also get a keynote to replace having to do all of the talks. So how about that?
We can work on that.
I'm not sure who you're negotiating with here.
Great. Okay. So yeah, it sounds like that's our biggest action item there is to figure out who else will be there and to see what we can actually take on. And then yeah.
Since I'm the only one who will be there, I will take the action item to coordinate the whatever efforts actually do or do not happen.
Yeah. And like you can decide how much time you have to do all the different talks and whatever. Okay, cool. Any other general stand-up check-in, anything else folks have on their mind? Wait, Mario.
And you hear me? Yeah, now you can hear me.
Yeah, no, you can.
I only have 2 topics. So we are doing now regular posts or health checks. I mean, we talked about the CNCF Supply Chain Security Insight initiative. The other 2 that I have on my, hey, let's have a closer look into this list is the Cloud Native Security Controls Catalog refresh and the Find Alignment and Defining Success SCI. Does anyone? I can drop the issue links in the chat.
The SCI one is part of the Supply Chain Integrity Initiative.
Okay.
The Supply Chain Insights Initiative, all the stuff tagged with SCI. When Matt was having a lot of energy and not a lot of employment, he created a whole bunch of issues and stuff to track things.
Okay.
And then
Yeah, the
And
security
then he
control.
got a job and had energy challenges, and we didn't do a great job of clearing out those old issues. So that's on me.
Yeah, okay. It would be nice if we can
Yes.
clean this up and either close it or make a
I
comment.
will see about getting all of those closed by next meeting. All
Okay,
the
great.
SDI ones.
Yeah, great.
Yeah, and then security controls. I think we talked about that briefly. We're missing the folks who were running it in this particular meeting. I think they finished the first round of getting those updated and had other ideas, but I'm not sure if those are going to be like for now or for later. That seemed like the current status. So we might be closing it, but we want to check in with them first.
Okay, great. Thanks.
Yeah, in particular, what they found after the initial pass was that the controls were often at several different levels. So you might have ones that are very specific and detailed about, particular cryptographic algorithms or something like that. And then a second one that is like, hey, you should have network policy or a service mesh or something else that's sort of wide open and vague. And so they were thinking about trying to refine that, but that was going to be a lot more work.
Yeah, and maybe if we decide to take that on, maybe it's worth having a separate initiative,
Yeah.
given that it is more work. But yeah. Okay, cool. Oh, I skipped I skipped a row in this document. So we can jump back up to triage of current issues. Which I think we mostly just covered. Let me just see if there's anything else new. There's nothing new on this board that's linked. But yeah, the update project security guidelines is the newest one that John opened. I think this was moved though, right? You didn't just create it.
So I did create a new one because the other issue wasn't an initiative, but yeah, basically it's just moving the previous one. And this came up because there was a literal link to the GitHub issue on the contribute site under the security guidelines saying, follow this issue for the updates we're making because this page is in progress. And given um, the summertime and the demand for synchronous meetings and all of the other time constraints folks have, we were hoping to pursue this a bit more asynchronously. I think when we get the next tag TL meeting or maybe during this call in next week, we could just go through the page quick and call out sections that we want to update and new sections to add. I know that there's some stuff around like best practices and some guidance for supply chain security that's a little bit dated. And I think there were some like GitHub Actions references and stuff. We have I think a lot better information. I don't think any of the updates will be a lot of work. I think it'll just be pulling the right bits and pieces of information. I think vulnerability reporting and disclosure was another one where I think we've got the recipe card and there's the working group now in OpenSSF as well that has some published guidance. So I think just finding and linking together a few of those things. And someone had suggested, I think, having initiatives or sub initiatives for every change we wanted to make. And I was like, let's just make a task on the issue. And I don't know if we can assign it to people or not, but we can at least tag them for the sake of simplicity.
That sounds great. Maybe we can make this like an interactive community demo next week. Like
Yeah, we could do that. I think let me just
because I think that schedule's open. So yeah,
yeah, that would work for me.
awesome. There's nothing else new on here. The tech lead nominations, I think, is going to close soon. There's a couple of older issues. um, that we could revisit. Um, like the Kyverno joint assessment is still open, which
I believe that the last bit of that was merging the PR into the repo, and there's a PR for that.
it looks like it's a draft PR. I don't know why it's a draft PR.
It specifies areas which will need extra input.
Well,
I'm actually the one who's working on that Kyverno assessment on the Kyverno side, not from the tech. But
yeah.
I think we're trying to wrap it up during the Term 2 LFX mentorship project. And we're trying to update the document and address all the comments suggested from the joint assessment review. And after that, I think we should be able to update the draft PR and get it reviewed again and merged, hopefully.
Okay,
So
great. Yeah, as long as it's
I don't
still
know.
active, that's great.
Yeah, yeah, it is. We're trying to close that for sure.
Okay. Yeah, make sure we don't have open issues that have just been like, gotten lost on the
Yep. Well, we'll post updates once we have wrapped up everything, and I'll bring it up in the meeting to
Okay.
get another review
Yeah.
to merge.
I know it's summertime, these things can take longer in summer, but so yeah, whatever.
Yeah. I think it should be complete by the end of next month because the 3 months mentorship gonna end next month.
Cool. This is a bunch of these are just the SCI issues too. Which we've already talked
Yeah,
about.
which I'll get closed soon.
Yeah. No, yeah, I'm feeling better about this now. It looked like we had a really long backlog, but it looks like it's actually mostly more
Yeah.
control. Okay, great. Yeah, anything else that I don't know if anyone else is looking at this link in the agenda, but if there are the other issues that folks want to talk about that are on here or that they think we should maybe have closed. There's a couple of these that I think just ideas that we haven't started, but
yeah, I'm wondering if we should be removing the needs triage label a little bit more
yeah.
proactively.
Okay, yeah. So I mean, yeah, maybe all the ones that we've talked about today are not needs triage, right? So we just talked about them.
I mean, some of them might still need triage, but most of
Yeah.
them probably don't. So
Okay, so yeah, Kyverno, that probably doesn't need triage. We just talked about it. The
the SCI ones don't need triage. I can
triage.
remove those.
If anyone else has the right permissions, feel free to do this alongside me. I'm just removing it from anything we've talked about today. Oh, it's needs kind. Okay, great. Yeah. So then hopefully just the needs triage will be stuff that we actually need to triage.
How dare we?
Right. The AI white paper is underway as well, right?
I don't know about the AI white paper. I don't think we have anyone representing there. Involving encryption landscape?
I'm not sure we've ever officially started this initiative.
I don't think so.
So.
It was tagged over to us 2 days ago.
Oh, that's what happened. That's why it's on here. Okay, great.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So maybe we should look at that one. There we are.
Yeah, the dates never change when they
Yeah.
add a tag to us later.
Okay.
It's yeah. Okay,
So
and all of their encryption stuff feels weird, but that's fine. We can.
so is this an existing draft that they're trying to publish in our group? Is that what's happening? Um, because I think that I am hesitant to accept an initiative that's like already this far underway because I mean we've had many discussions in the past about making sure that white papers in this group are well scoped and um, cloud native specific and all of those things. And I worry that if we take something that's already looks like a multi-page document.
50 plus pages, and the TOC said it was too big to be one white paper.
Yeah, and that's exactly where like I think it would have been nice to come in at the beginning of the process and figure out like a scope. Um, so um, yeah, I'm tempted to say we shouldn't accept this initiative as is, but we could do a similar initiative if we started it actually within the tag. Um, I'm sure there's stuff to say about AI security. Go ahead, Mario.
Yeah, no. Please finish your thought.
Oh yeah, it's just I'm sure there's stuff to say about AI security. I just don't. Yeah, I just worry about us taking on a 50-page existing thing.
Yeah, that also that does not make sense. So basically, the white paper is just too big because no one will read it. Let's face it. I mean, they will store it in AI and then generate the TLDR out of it. So my recommendation would be take the initiative, ask to break it up into smaller initiatives, and figure out what would be good chunks, and then let people work on those. And say like that. In the end, it could be a series, but I would not publish it as one. Unfortunately, I have to drop. If you need anything, tag leads channel or ping Karina or me if something needs more privacy. Thanks, everyone. Bye bye.
Yeah, I was looking at their topics as well, and it looks like they may be suffering some of the same problems we've had in some of the other white papers, where they are attempting to provide an encyclopedic reference of all the things that might be related to the topic, rather than cutting to what's the unique value that CNCF provides in those cases. Like, it's not clear to me that AI has unique needs for post-quantum encryption. Like, post-quantum encryption is a thing, and it may be important, but it's not clear that AI is distinguishing there.
Sorry, I have to go get the door, but it looks like I think it sounds like I agree with what you're saying.
And that's been a problem in the past with large papers. They've just
Yeah.
tried to cover everything.
Yeah. Yeah, again, I think we've gone in circles with this discussion in the past where, it's really important to have a scope and also why we're writing the white paper in this group as a cloud native security thing.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm happy to talk with the folks doing this initiative, figure out if there's a way for us to do this, but I hesitate to just try and break up what's there and make it like ours. Because it's not ours, right? It's just like a random thing.
Yeah.
So I guess we should say something like that in the initiative.
I heard you say something about I need to ... so you win the prize.
Okay, cool. I'll
Sorry.
have a comment. Maybe I'll just ask the question, like what's being proposed here, because to do an initiative in the tag, we have a process, and you can't just come in with the whole paper. Yeah. Okay, cool. All right, I'll write that after this. Great. Anything else on this big list that we should talk about? Triage?
I don't think so.
Okay, great. It looks like we'll get a bunch of it cleaned up this week, so the next week we'll have a shorter one. We can see how we're doing. Cool. Looks like
Actually, I have a stupid thing.
okay. We have time. Great.
On the board, we have a list of tag items, which has a bunch of stuff that is tagged to our tagged to us, or labeled to us, and is not in needs triage. And a bunch of these are closed. And I'm wondering, should we just say, let's ignore all the closed ones, or should we untag them to, should we remove the tag label?
Mine is filtering like state open.
Oh, great. Okay. I don't know why mine is not.
That's funny. Did anyone else click that link? Can tell us what you see? Just for
I may have clicked through a slightly different way.
okay. Yeah, I just clicked the link in the meeting notes.
Yeah. I navigated to the project board.
Oh, okay, cool. Maybe we
Maybe
should
that
fix the
was my
project board
mistake.
to match what we have here, which is
Oh, yeah. We've got state open on the query.
okay.
Oh, that's a completely different thing than the project board.
Okay, that's probably worth us fixing. Maybe having one source of truth.
I can change the link to the project to be to the project board.
Okay, yeah, and then we can fix the project board to be whatever we want it to be.
Yeah.
Okay, great. That way everyone is looking at the same thing. Okay.
Yeah. And the project board lets us effectively save several different queries.
Yeah, which is nice. Okay.
So great. Okay.
Cool. Okay. Anything else? If not, have a lovely rest of your week. Oh yeah, sorry. Yes, go ahead.
Yeah, I guess I have a general question on the tech lead onboarding guidance. I've read some of the documentation from the TLC repo and trying to figure out what are the responsibilities for the tech lead of security and compliance tech. But I would like to know more if there's any guidelines or documentation, anything that could be useful for us to read through about the responsibilities, which will better help us getting started and trying to, find the
Yeah.
place that we want to land in.
Yeah, that's a great question. I can look for resources, and I'll also give you a somewhat unhelpful answer, which is that it does depend a little bit on the person, right? And look what you're interested in, where you find, what your skills are, whatever interests. And so there's like the official list of things, which I think is worth looking at, which I think is in the TOC repo. Sounds like it's what you found.
Yeah.
And there's also just kind of like figuring out how to make, the stuff work day to day and then splitting up that work among the people that we have. So for this particular group, I think the main kind of set of activities are a little bit of logistics, organization, which tends to be mostly the chairs, but we always like help with like, meeting organization. We like to split up like facilitating meetings among anyone who's available to do that. KubeCon organization, kind of general organization,
Yeah.
community management stuff. And then there's the initiatives. So every initiative in the group has at least one tech lead or chair assigned to it. They don't have to do all the work, but just making sure that, they should know what's going on in that initiative, report back to us, all that stuff, and make sure stuff is kind of following the guidelines and in line with expectations, is technically correct, all those things. And then there's the security assessments, which are kind of basically they're an ongoing initiative in our group, which is to do, self-enjoyed assessments, as I think you're familiar with, for all the different projects. And so that takes on the role of what traditionally Justin has done a lot of, which is organization for that, making sure that we have volunteers, making sure that meetings are scheduled, documents are published, all those cool things. Justin can say more about that. And I think he's looking for help with that role in particular. So
Yeah, I heard that.
Yes. And then also there's just actually running individual assessments and making sure that they happen. Oh yeah, and there's also other random things like GitHub management for that, catalog of supply chain compromises, community groups. If you're involved in other security groups, just making sure we're talking across the ecosystem, not duplicating work.
Yeah.
That kind of stuff. And that's not to say you have to do all of that. Sorry, there's a lot of things. All that work has to be done, and then it's just a matter of figuring out who is interested and has time to do the different pieces.
Okay, got it.
So yeah, and there's an official list, and like coming to this meeting is helpful, which you did, and other things. But yeah, it's really just about breaking up the work. And like again, you can look at the official list, the official guidelines, and I think they'll say something like that. But I think it's less about like checking off the list than it is just making sure the work gets done by someone. Yeah.
Okay, sounds good. Yeah, I think it can be difficult for me to attend this meeting for the, in the America
Yeah.
or whatever time zone. So I'll try to join the APAC one and follow up async
Yeah.
in the community like Slack thread. And since I've been doing some work in the Kyverno assessment, self-assessment and joint assessment, I would love to help anything in those areas. And Justin, if you need any help on the review, please let me know. I'm new in this area, but would like to learn more from you and get onboarded.
Sounds great. A big part is just kind of shadowing things for a little bit, and then like the actual process of learning how to do like how to assess things well is a bit of an art and a bit of a science combined, so it kind of requires a bit of time. Um, but the procedural parts of it and just getting everyone together and getting everything done is actually for me the most draining part. And like Marina and I think others are more than qualified to also just like look at things and have like a really good understanding of the right questions to ask. So we can like I haven't worked with you enough to know how acute that is. Some people seem to take a lot of things as written as correct, and I tend to have more questions, like probing questions that's kind of like the skill is you have to learn how to ask decent questions.
Right.
But I'm sure you'll be good at it. The Kyverno, doing it from the other side went really well. So, yeah.
Cool. Look forward to that. And of course, I'll need to learn new things from you, of course.
Sounds good. Yeah, just pay attention to any issues you see that say something about self-assessment or joint assessment, and
Cool.
we'll go from there.
Yep.
Yeah, and we'll try to schedule a time, given time zone constraints and everything, with all the new tech leads and everything too, just to see, just so everyone can meet each other and everything as well. Hopefully we can find a time. So
That sounds like my problem.
yeah, you volunteered for that one, so great.
Okay.
Thanks
Well,
all.
let's get 15 minutes back.
Yes. All right, bye.
All right. Thank you, everyone.